morning. Welcome to 360 Capital Weekly News Focus. We are actually, share with you with information about what is going on in the market in terms of the high impact volatility of the trades and where you can spot the opportunity and be able to actually, jump in the market and trade. So what we do, we go through the high impact volatility news, then we go through to the chart, try to spot a few opportunities that we can be able to use, and we can be able to actually, try to take advantage and trade that instrument. So the disclaimer is that this information is purely for education purposes. It's not actually directly telling you what to trade or what to not to trade on a market, but you can use this information to merge with your analysis and be able to take advantage and start actually trading. So without wasting time, Monday we are seeing bank holiday from Japan. So we're not expecting volatility coming from a Japanese yen, but we are seeing there's a CPI from German. So we are expecting German 30 to have a high impact volatility today, as well as all correlated instrument to a euro instrument. Moving on Tuesday, April the 30th, there's also in a Sydney session, there's a China manufacturing PMI, high impact volatility coming from Japanese yen and China 50, CN50, Nikkei, and all instrument correlated to a China instrument. All the way Tuesday later on at 2:30 p.m., we're expecting GDP from Canada. Again, we're going to expect high impact volatility to a Canadian dollar. There opportunity for people to jump in on a Canadian dollar. Moving on Wednesday. Moving on Wednesday. Before Wednesday, 4 p.m., there's a CB consumer confidence from US, as well as the opportunity there for people to jump in and trade the US instrument, including all correlated instrument to US, as well as the indices as well. On Wednesday, the first one on LAMs, on a Sydney session, it's a New Zealand employment change. Again, we're expecting high impact volatility on the New Zealand dollar there. Again, we're going to see the bank holiday from China. We're going to see the bank holiday on Wednesday as well from Swiss franc. We're going to see bank holiday also from French, from German. So on Wednesday, we are not expecting high impact in terms of the euro instrument and the eurozone. But the high impact volatility started picking up on 12:15 on the US, which is this ADP non-farm employment change. We're expecting high movement from United States dollar and all correlated instruments. 4 p.m. there's ISM manufacturing PMI. There's a job openings as well that is happening on 4 p.m. from US. All the way to 8 p.m. there's a federal funds format statement, format press conference that is coming on 8:30 p.m. So we see on Wednesday there's a high news that coming from US, and we're expecting to have a high impact volatility from that region. The last one on Wednesday is on 10:15. There's a Canadian bank, a Bank of Canada governor speaking as well. High impact volatility that we're expecting there on Wednesday. Moving on Thursday, there's a CPI from Swiss franc, so 8:30 a.m. high impact volatility that we're expecting. 2:30 p.m. there's an employment claim, and as well as 2:45 there's Canadian Bank of Canada Governor Macron speaking as well. So we're expecting a US to have a high impact volatility from 2:30 on Thursday, as well as Canadian dollar. Moving on Friday, we are seeing a lot of bank holiday as well. China bank holiday, Japan bank holiday. But Friday, that's where there's a big one. The last day of the week, that's where there's a big one, which is the non-farm payroll. So 2:30 p.m. NFP, average hour earnings, NFP employment change, unemployment rate, ISM service, PMI, they're all coming from 2:30 p.m. So high impact there, volatility from 2:30 p.m., especially if we are ready to actually, trade NFP, it's an opportunity where a lot of people, they can be able to make money. So if you are actually trading with 360 Capital, please know that there's a 50% bonus that you can be able to get when you deposit from a minimum of $100 above. So any $100 above, you get extra 50% as a bonus. It boosts your equity, the more it boosts your equity on a day like a NFP, it's very important to have with a bigger equity and a bigger margin. So yeah, I think now we can jump in on a chart, just try to see which instrument we should be able to check. Few instrument we check, then that's it. All right, let's look into the charts and to see the opportunities that we can actually catch up for today. I think the first instrument that I need to look up to in the morning, it's UK 100, FTSE 100. We saw a lot of positivity on the FTSE 100 from last week because of the earnings report that comes from Europe. So they pushes the FTSE 100 all the way to upper level. But still, if you look at on FTSE 100, there was a gap that actually happened here, and this gap, it hasn't been recovered yet. But what I'm anticipating for now, maybe not to recover the gap today, but I'm really anticipating the market in terms of FTSE 100 to drop a little bit, at least to come to the price of 8,082. 8,082. And if you can look at it, it's quite a big a move that will push from 8,171 to 8,082, whether maybe 8,000 flat. Once it breaks there, then we can see that the other target is coming on. It's 834. The other target, the bigger target, in fact, it's 800 flat. So 800 flat, it will be already covered the gap. But for now, we can actually have a small target in terms of 880, 882. So that's the first instrument that I would like us to actually, see what's going on in terms of this particular instrument. All right. The second instrument, maybe we can look into German theta, because German theta today they are actually having, we're actually having, a CPI. So German theta. Okay, here we go. Here's German theta. So first of all, we clean up our chart, put a little bit of zoom, candlestick, zoom out a little bit, and then we go to, oh, it's already on the 1 hour time frame, whether 4 hour time frame or whether 1 hour, it will give us the clear indication as a day traders. So CPI is coming, depending on the results of CPI. That's where we're gonna see the movement of German 30. But where exactly I'm anticipating right now, because of it has actually trying to form a double top, right? There's a top. I'm actually anticipating to drop a little bit, down. So it pushes the price up, goes to 18,243, and now I'm anticipating German 30 to actually have a bearish movement, to actually have a sell movement, at least maybe to be on a safe side. What we should do is actually, where it was gapped, we indicate it as a first TP, right? Okay, here we go. So now we can enter the market at particular price of 18,170, for example. It pushes the price all the way down to 18,017. That's your first step profit. Once it breaks here, you know that the target is getting to 17,863. And you can see it's a very clear, in trade or trend that we actually anticipating, again, because of by checking the bigger time frame, it shows the double top. What it means is that the market now start to fall all the way down. So yeah, another sell that I'm anticipating when it comes to German 30. All right. So what other instrument we can be able to look on it? Uh, in terms of the high volatility, I think on Tuesday we see the Canadian GDP. I think that's another instrument that maybe we can pay attention on it. Then we look for Canadian dollar. All right. Look for Canadian dollar, USD CAD. All right. USD CAD. Clear the chart. All right. Candlestick, a little bit zoom. It's already sitting on a bigger time frame. All right. So there's a GDP that is coming from Canada. Where do I think the market will end up going for this week? All right. So first of all, remember, always identify the highest and the lowest position of the trade so that I can understand the trend of the trade where exactly it's going. But look at this: double top, falls down, double bottom, all the way up. So maybe the market right now, maybe by tomorrow or today, it will start pushing the price bit by bit all the way up. I think by the time we get to Wednesday, right? By the time to get to Wednesday, the price will be sitting somewhere around 1.3725. So anticipating a bullish movement. Again, even with the GDP when it comes out, I think it will continue with a bullish movement. But to be on the safe side, you can always put your first TP here, pushes the price here, put your first take profit, goes all the way, breaks that, then it can go all the way to 1.37235. Remember, once it breaks on that position, that's the opportunity for you to actually enroll more trades, so that you can take advantage and capitalize, the opportunity. All right, the third instrument that I want to look into, let's pay attention into gold. God has been resisting, playing around at the same position for actually a couple of days, from 22 all the way to 29. It hasn't break, actually, whether break up or break all the way down. So it's been playing around at the same position. But my anticipation of God is actually to bullish a little bit, maybe to get to 2,350. 2,350. That's a move that I'm anticipating today. But from Tuesday, Wednesday, the biggest target on gold is to push the price below here, right? So it goes all the way upper to 2,350, then it starts turning all the way to push the price to 2,309. And remember, this is the week or so that there is NFP. Most volatility, they're going to come from Wednesday, Thursday, all the way to NFP on Friday. Where do I think NASDAQ and US state is going to perform for this week? All right, a little bit of a depreciating of a value in terms of Nasdaq and the US 30 at particular time. Maybe it can get to 17,699 as our first take profit, in terms of bearish movement, to cover this gap that has been happening here. If you look at it, then okay. So we've been following this instrument for a while. I think this is the highest position where, in terms of the target, we are actually anticipating it, 17,190. But of course, there's a couple of moves that is going to play around here before it get to this level down there. And again, we saw that, the earnings that come from US, we saw the earnings that come from Alphabetical Friday pushes the Nasdaq and the US 30 all the way to a bearish. So probably it will be just a little bit of a sell to 17,700, but I think the market has, they want to push the price of these stocks to remain high. So when we say remaining high, we're talking about 18,348. So maybe this week we might anticipation a bullish movement when it comes to Nasdaq and the US 30. Right now, it's just a drop, a little bit of a drop, not a big one, a little bit of a drop, pushes the price somewhere here, retest, and then start pushing the price all the way up from Wednesday to Thursday, all the way to the big day, which is on Friday. So a lot of people at this particular time, they're anticipating to sell, to shorten, stocks like US State and Nasdaq, but pretty much it's just a small sell. Then it shoots all the way up when it comes to Wednesday, Thursday, all the way to Friday in FP. All right. Again, same situation when we look in the US 30. US 30, again, it pushes the price all the way to 38,369 because of the earnings that comes on Friday from Alphabetical, which is Google. That's why we saw the instrument to rally all the way up. It's because of the Alphabetical earnings that actually come. Where exactly I'm anticipating maybe a little bit of drop to recover the gap just to 38,222, but I think it hasn't finished. It needs to get to 38,506. 38,500. So just a drop maybe pushes back again up to 38,506 when it comes to Tuesday, Wednesday. And then from there, uh, do I think US it might go above to 38,000? Yes, that's what I'm actually anticipating or thinking, that the highest possible target, it might change. Instead of bullishing, it might go all the way to 39,000 flat, 39,006 when it comes to NFP on Friday. So yeah, man, those are actually few instruments that we actually look into, and the analysis when it comes to the fundamentals and the news that are coming from this week. So what I need you guys to do is to jump in a market, compare your analysis with our analysis, and then get in a market and trade. Don't forget 360 Capital has 50% bonus when you deposit from $100 above. So yeah, man, thank you very much for watching this video, and keep subscribing and share with other guys. Thank you.